love. Wanna talk about it. The rhythm of love. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to FLAVAHOUSE Networks, the Love Rhythm Recipe. I'm Casey, your host, your master chef, your navigator through this thing we call food and love. So, let me tell you, tonight I'm going to take it back old school. I'm going to do some Southern fried chicken the way my mama and my grandmama and a whole lot of mamas and grandmamas used to do, okay? I pulled out my cast iron skillet. I got a whole chicken, cut it up. I'm going to season that puppy up, fry it up, make some nice sides so we can have a real comfort meal. Speaking of comfort, our topic for tonight is your partner truly your source of comfort? So that's going to be an interesting topic for sure. Okay. But first, what I want to do is I want to show you guys, tonight we don't have a mocktail. We actually have some old school comfort that I'm used to when my mother used to make those good soul food meals. And we would have, and I've been told that the proper name of this is an Arnold Palmer. However, we called it half and half. Half iced tea and half lemonade. So I'm going to taste this and see if beautiful assistant know what she's doing. How about that? And tasty too. Let me get. Listen, y'all know what I'm talking about. I swear I've been in a Lucy, I Love Lucy thing. Yeah, you'd have to be there to know it. Anyhow, what we're going to do is I'm going to go over the ingredients. And it's very simple. It's, pretty much when my mother used to make her fried chicken, she would use salt and pepper and fry it up. That's it. They wouldn't do a whole lot of seasonings and stuff like that. Very basic, and it was good. Of course, you know me. I'm the seasoned queen, so I got to do all that stuff. However, the basic way of frying it is what the key is. Makes a difference. When you have that skillet, I know y'all know about that cast iron skillet that everybody mama had, and it's so seasoned. It probably, the food that is in it, in the iron, probably has been there for centuries because it has been passed from generation to generation. Well, I have a nice cast iron skillet, and I can't even lie. Hey, Bobo the love. Hey, my sister. Hey, my honey bunny. He's in there with his hands of love. And hey, my sister Teresa. So, I'm not going to even lie. My mother had that skillet, and I don't know whether she got it from my grandmother or not, but that skillet was the truth. Unfortunately, I didn't get it passed down to me because my mother passed away when I was very young. However, I have my own. It's nice and seasoned. It's been packed away, because, you get the little shiny things and you forget about the good old favorites. Well, bringing it out. So, let me tell you, along with that, I'm bringing out some other, because I always use, for those of you who know me, I'm Casey's blessing all the way for everything, and that's what I use. However, in every soul food cook's house, there's always some type of seasoned salt. Lowry's was in mine, okay, but it wasn't no salt. So I will use a little of that. I got some garlic powder here. Of course, I will be using my Casey's Blessing all-purpose seasoning. I will be using some paprika. I am going to hit it with a little bit of sazon because, it makes it taste so good. And I have it in this shaker here so I can evenly distribute it. Because this is for the grown-ups, I'm going to hit it with a little cayenne pepper. Oh, yes, I am. I have, of course, some all-purpose flour, which I will be battering it in, and I'm doing it straight because I'm gonna tell you, and then I'll tell you again. And then I have my little ground black pepper. I'm gonna use this until it's gone. So I may use a little bit of salt. Don't know if I'm going to do that or not, because I may not need to do that. However, I will tell you, and I forgot what I was going to tell you because she took it away. She took something away that I wanted to tell you about, and I don't remember. Anyway, no, it wasn't the shaker. And I can't remember what I was going to say. It was something that was very, very pertinent. Okay. However, it'll come to me. Anyhow, so the topic of discussion tonight kind of pairs with this because comfort. Hey, ain't nothing more comfort or saying comfort than some good old fried chicken that your mother made or your mama made, and you come home and that chicken is wafting out there. And or my mother would do this. My mother would make fried chicken on Sunday mornings, and we would have that for breakfast. And she'd make fried chicken and rice, or make my father grits or whatever. And we would always have fried chicken, and I would always get the breast. My father got one half, I got the other, because she used whole chickens. She never had chicken. We didn't know what a chicken part was. I didn't use chicken parts until, oh goodness, many years later. Okay. I think I've been using chicken parts maybe for about 15 years, maybe. Okay. And I'm 26, so to go to show you, I've always cut up a chicken. And I'm going to tell you, cutting up a chicken is a good art to know, because you know you spend more money when you are getting these pieces than you do when you cut up your own chicken. Much cheaper. So just a hint. You know, we're trying to save some money. But anyway, is your partner truly your source of comfort? This means, and I'm going to define this for you, a source of comfort in a relationship. I'm not talking about some comfortable shoes. I'm not talking about that ugly cushy chair that I don't ever want in my house. Okay, because it doesn't match my decor. I am talking about feeling safe with that person. I'm talking about, it's all about being able to be authentic with that person. That means you ain't holding nothing back, no holds barred. Okay. I would say something that my daughters would probably like, put my hand over my mouth, but put it this way, you can be real. Okay. Makeup off, yeah, all that stuff. Okay. That's being comfort. You know, there's not going to be any judgment. It is what it is. Okay. A true source of comfort with someone is this person you can turn to at any time, during the highs and the lows, and the good times and the bad. We talked about that last week. Okay. Can you stand the rain? Okay. You want to ask, do you feel peace in their presence? Or do you feel like walking on eggshells when you're in their presence? You don't know how to deal with them, what to say. Think about that. Wow. I get up here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take and of course, we're talking about chicken. The chicken's in the refrigerator. Okay. We never even showed you the chicken. We never showed you the chicken, but I'm going to get up here now. And what I'm going to do is, as I'm talking to you, I'm going to start getting this chicken on, because, hey, this is a process, and we don't want to be in the process forever. So let me take another little, let me get the pretty little garnish off of here. That's good. Right here? It's in the foil pan right there on top. Okay? Yeah. So let me get this over here.
Oh, you know, okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so let me move. I'm going to move my table around. Okay. All right. So which way you going?
I'm going this way.
You going this way, George? Okay. That's enough. There's something else. Yes, another reference. Another reference to some old something that I used to listen to or watch when I was younger. Okay. So I'm going to move this needs to be closer over to my stove. Okay. Let's put it back there. And yeah, and you can put this back. I was going to do an egg wash, guys, on there, which, okay, you got a couple of ways you can do this. I'm doing it straight up. That's what I was going to tell you. I'm doing straight up the old-fashioned way. And that is just dredging it in flour. I was going to use egg wash, and I was going to soak it in buttermilk and blah, blah. And so that's buttermilk chicken. And yeah, that's a whole process. I ain't trying to do that. Okay. I am literally going to do it like my mother and them did it. And they did not. They dredged it in flour. They fried it in these pans, and it was the most delicious everything. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So let me get this in here. And if my sister can vouch for me, this is how they did it. Okay. They didn't have all that fancy stuff. And what they would do is they would use paper bags to put the flour mixture in, and they will put the chicken in there, shake. Yes, they did. I'm not going to go there with the paper bag. No, I'm not. But I am going to use a baggie, a freezer bag for my flour. But first, let me get these rings and things off, okay? So,
Do you need gloves?
yes, I do need gloves because I don't want to get. I hate, and of course, because I hate dealing with flour, right? I got on all black, so you can see it all over. Okay, but anywho, so what I was saying is, when you're talking about a source of comfort, oh, she gave me my gloves. Let me get this on here. I'm going to get the flour into the bag. And I like to put, like I said, I have one whole chicken here that I cut up. So with the whole chicken, of course, you know, you're going to have 2 legs, 2 thighs. You're going to have 2 wings. You're going to have a whole breast that I cut in half, but I cut it in 4 pieces. And I deboned it because I wanted not to take so long. Okay. You have a back part too. And you can have people fried the back and they ate that too. But I just cut that away and saved it for soup stock. Okay. So I trimmed it up really nicely. So I have one whole chicken, and that should do it for the 4 of us because the kids already ate. And let me just open up this flour and try to be careful because every time I open up some flour, it ends up all over me. Hence is why I don't like using it. See, and it's not me. It's the way that the manufacturers fold it. Because see, if I didn't stand back, if you could pass me the sponge, beautiful assistant. If I didn't just stand back just then, that flour would have been all over the front of my dress. Because when I opened it, it was folded in the fold of the top of here. You see? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put about 2 cups of flour in here. And what you're going to do with the flour is you want to season your flour. The reason why you season your flour and your meat is because who wants a bland crust? Okay, so I season my meat and I season my flour, but what I don't do with my flour is put a lot of salt products in it because I already have, you know, those type of things, something that is more salted on the meat. So when you eat the meat, you're going to taste the flavors from the meat all the way through the crust, if you know what I mean. So I got probably 2.5 cups in here because I'd rather have more than less. And let me put the rest of my flour away. So, because I'm doing good, y'all. Because guess what? This could be real messy. And I'm here to tell you, I am the queen of flour mess. So, I'm going to put this in this other baggie so I don't make a mess for myself. And I'm going to fix the seasoned flour before I begin doing anything else. So, in the seasoned flour, I'm going to put a little bit of paprika. I'm not going to put a lot, but the paprika helps the browning. If you put too much, it's going to brown too fast. Brown too dark. I don't want it dark. I just want it to have some color. And this also gives flavor, like I told you guys. So I'm just going to put probably about 1/4 teaspoonful. And let me open it on the other side because that'll make it simpler for me. 1/4 teaspoonful of paprika. Okay, that's in there. I'm just going to do a slight sprinkle of cayenne pepper in the flour, not on the meat. So less than 1/4. A sprinkle because I don't want it so hot. I just want a little bit of spice. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Casey's Blessing and I'm going to put some of that in there. You know, I just make it rain. But I'm not going to do a whole lot because, like I said, I don't want it to get over brown. So I'm going to put that in my flour. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in my flour. And I'm going to put just a dash of this Lowry's. Just a dash. Remember, this is low sodium. So you got too much salt because I don't do salt. Okay, so a little bit of that in the flour. So this should be, and I'm put a little garlic powder in here. Okay, so like I said, I like to layer my seasonings, and this is why I'm doing it like this. A lot of people won't, but that's how I roll. And I'm putting a little bit of the Sazon in it. So everything's going in here, and a little bit of black pepper. A little bit, because I told you this black pepper here, this ground black pepper, the grinds are bigger, and it can get spicy if you use too much. Which some people like that, but I got to worry about other folks and their feelings. So let me close this up, and when I close it up, then I just take it and shake it up, just like that. Okay, and I think, you know what? And my mind is telling me I need to put a little bit more seasoning in here. That's what my mind is saying. Not a lot of flour. I do not. The thing I hate the most is bland chicken. And boy, I'm gonna tell you, if you cook up a chicken and it's not seasoned properly, I don't care how much seasoning you put on it after the fact, it still tastes like you sucking on my arm. In my opinion. Okay, so we don't want to suck on Casey's arm, so we want to make sure that this is seasoned. Okay, and that we're in a place of comfort when it comes to this. So I'm putting a little bit more in here. Okay, and I'm just gonna put another little swig of the Lowry's in there, and that should be enough. So, speaking of knowing or truly knowing that your partner is a source of comfort, so there's some signs that let you know that your partner is a source of comfort. Okay, such as, and I'm just shaking this up. Like I said, you can express your feelings without fear or apprehension. You don't have to worry about, let me figure out how I'm going to say this, really. I mean, you should watch the way that you talk, but I mean, you don't have to have that angst. Hello, Matthew. How are you? Yes, it is a delicious classic, and I can't wait to eat it. That's for sure. Okay. You also, we don't want to feel that everything you say or anything you say is going to be criticized, because everybody's entitled to be heard and to have their opinion. I don't have to agree with you, but I have to allow you to have an opinion, or put it this way, I shouldn't allow you, give you the opportunity to voice and to be heard. Okay, because I don't own you, so I don't allow you to do anything. So let's not get it twisted. Okay, they listen to you actively. Now, that doesn't mean that they just hear sound. That means that they are intaking the information, processing it, and really, really trying to hear and even understand. Sometimes you don't understand your partner doesn't understand you. And you at a stalemate, and it's like, we just agree to disagree, and you don't have to understand me. I got my views, you got yours. Okay, the fact that they are in your life is a calming factor. So if the whole world is in chaos, that is your safe space. That is the place or the person that you can go to that can put you, say, peace be still. Bottom line, you feel supported, and you feel like your personal growth trajectory is being supported by that person, even if they don't have the same path or whatever, but they support you. They may not want to. Hey, it's just like with me. I'm all over these televisions. Okay, my husband do not want to be seen, and I will never, ever, ever force him to do so until he chooses to. Okay, because I choose to put myself out here to the public. He does not. But you will hear him. He will come down here. He will taste that food. He buys me equipment. He does all this stuff like that. That is his way of supporting. He doesn't have to be in front of the camera putting himself in an uncomfortable position, because he's a very private person. Okay. So that's the bottom line. So if you ever see him, you may see him in passing, or what, I don't know if that'll ever happen. I'm not going to tell you that lie that you're going to see him, because that probably is not going to happen. Why do I feel like it's because it is something cooking. And I'm like, why do I feel like something's cooking? Because it is. Those are some biscuits, but that's another story. So those are positive signs that this person is a source of comfort for you. Now, I got the flour, so I'm going to show you my meat. And what I did was, instead of soaking it, because I ain't had the kind of time, because y'all know I did the morning show. Because I like to soak it overnight if I do the buttermilk. So if you do the buttermilk, you just want to put it in a freezer bag with the buttermilk and let it sit overnight. And that helps to tenderize, keep your meat moist. It keeps the moisture in. However, I always got a shortcut. So as you can see, I so skillfully, and I'm going to pull this down, I so skillfully cut that whole chicken up. Look how cute I did. That did a good job. And then I use my quick brine. I used a little bit of Adolph's meat tenderizer on the chicken, and that was probably about 30 minutes ago. So I'm gonna show you, like I said, for those of you who want to trust the process of the Adolph's, this is a mainstay in my house. This works for everything. You see, I'm almost out. I got to get some more. Adolph's meat tenderizer is a dry brine. There is no MSG in this, okay? This is a natural product. This is no weird chemical. Don't let nobody fool you because it's not. Okay, anyway, so I have my chicken, and it's a simple process after that. So I'm going to push this back just a little so I can have some room. And then, of course, I'm using canola oil. Now, my family were Crisco people, and I'm going to tell you, if you get down south real far, my people back in the day, my father would cook his chicken in lard. So that is, pig fat. I ain't trying to do that. I never did like the way lard chicken tastes, and no. But my father was straight up, he burnt the chicken too. So I don't know that, he's not around for me to let y'all. But yeah, he burnt it. I never forget, my mother was in the hospital having my brother, and he calls himself being, a good dad and cooking dinner because my grandmother hadn't gotten up to New York from Alabama yet in order to watch after us and cook and stuff while my mother was in the hospital. Well, he made some fried chicken that day. Needless to say, the memory stayed with, and it wasn't a good one because Daddy burnt that chicken because he cooked it in lard. But my mother used Crisco. So they used to have Crisco shortening, and it's vegetable shortening, like they have the Crisco oil, vegetable oil. I'm going to be using some canola oil, okay, because that's what I use. You can use any oil that can stand the heat, okay. Things like olive oil are not good for frying, okay, because it can't stand the heat and it will burn on you. That's just the bottom line. So you have to use some type of high heat oil, or oil that can stand higher temperatures, okay. That's just it. Now, you may not want to eat these kind of meals all the time. Of course not, we don't. But this is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling nostalgic. My husband's feeling nostalgic. It's a Saturday. I feel like doing it, so I'm doing it. So you do this stuff occasionally, or do it every day if you want to. That's your business, okay? But I'm going to show you how. So, anywho, I'm going to get this in here, over here, because you want to start heating up your oil slowly, okay? You do not want to heat up the oil quickly, because you can burn your chicken. So if beautiful assistant can set up my little grid here, my little grill, I have a little station that I put the chicken on after I dust it, it'd be very helpful. And she's going to do that over here while I get this chicken. But see, all I'm going to do is take these chicken pieces, I'm going to season them, and then I'm going to drop them inside this flour. But I just need some space. So I'm going to get a little space. I do want you guys to be able to see it if you care to see me season chicken. It's not anything, any big thing or whatever. It's not anything that any of you can't do, because anyone that watches my show is so capable. Okay, so that's letting me know that I guess these biscuits are ready. Oh, okay, so it's not ready yet. She said that the oven heated up. I forgot it was even on, y'all. So anyway, let me, she gave me the new foil, and the new foil is not trying to do what I wanted to do. Okay, well, no, I already got it going now, so let me get this off. Have you ever gotten foil, right, and you drop it, and then it gets a little bent on the end, and then you can't get it off? Or they've dropped it, and you don't know it, and you get it home? Yeah, that does not make me happy. That does not make me feel comfortable, okay? I don't feel secure when that happens. So, as I was saying, I gave you the signs of comfortability that are positive, okay? But when the comfort becomes a confusion, see, people can be clingy, people could be overly attached, people can settle because they're afraid of the unknown and they really don't have or find comfort in that person. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me get this chicken out here because I want to get it on and then we can really talk. Okay, let me get my gloves on because, you know, no salmonella here. No salmonella has been passed in this house ever, 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 ever. So let me get the gloves on. So when it is toxic, and it is toxic when you don't feel connected to that person, but you're there with that person. So, well, you say, why are you there? People stay with people for a whole lot of different reasons. Okay. If I tried to name them all, we'd be here all night. Everybody, she's putting biscuits in. Everybody has their reason for why they stay and when they're ready to go, or whether they're ready to work on something, or whatever the case may be. And I always start, when I am seasoning my chicken, I start with the skin side down. A couple of these pieces lost their skin, so I fillet them. So I'm just letting you know, but not to worry. It's not going to affect the frying, other than they're going to get done quicker, which is good because usually the breast meat has that thickness. It's a thick bone, and bones take longer to cook. So let me just put that over here. So you want to beware of making a mistake of familiarity. And I'm trying to find a paper towel because, even though these are gloves, I need to wipe my hands. I need to wipe my gloves, before I touch something else. And oops, I dropped my paper towels. Okay, so I need to wipe the gloves off before I go and touch one of my seasonings, because I did touch it. I would think I'm going to probably take them off because, I don't feel comfortable about that. But I will take them off this way so I don't keep wasting gloves, because I did dry them off, and then I'll put them over here on top of the paper towel so they don't touch anything, and take it off like this so I don't touch anything. Okay, shake it out, put it over here. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get my Casey's blessing on him. As a matter of fact, no, I'm not. I am going to put a little bit of the Lowry's on it. So I'm just going to shake it, and I'll pull this down. And y'all let me know if you can see. Can you see? Can they see? Okay. How about now?
Yep. Good.
Okay, so as you see, I'm just lightly putting this. I don't want any of my meat to not have some clothes on. Bottom line. And like I said, once again, this does not have a lot of sodium in it. I'm going to then go with my garlic powder and put some on, just lightly, just like that. And then I am going to go with my Saison, which is in the shaker. And I'm going to lightly. And like I said, seasoning chicken or any kind of meat is a preference. I am telling you, there's no right or wrong. It's about what you like on your food and what kind of taste that your palate says it wants to have. Do not let anybody tell you what you need to like. If you want chocolate sprinkled on your chicken and that makes you feel happy, then guess what? Fry up some chocolate chicken, because guess what? Who paid for this? You did. So I'm just showing you the technique of frying. I'm not telling you how to season it. This does taste good, okay? But it's not the only way. So let me take some pepper. And I'm going to just I should have used my pepper shaker. I got something that you can just shake. But of course, I'm trying to be fancy for television. So just going to put a little bit on here. And I'm going to put some of the shaken pepper into my flour. I purposely did not put this in here because don't want it to be too spicy. Because remember, I put the cayenne pepper. But you see what I mean. So that's one side. And now I'm going to put my Casey's blessing on there. And then I'll do the same thing on the opposite side. so that you know this and you won't be wondering what I'm doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And you just make sure that you have seasoning on every piece, and every piece is covered with some seasoning, because you don't want to bite into a piece of the chicken and some of it is seasoned and some of it isn't. So now I will be using my hands, and I will flip this over because I'm going to wash my hands when I finish. So let me flip this over, get that seasoned, and then I want to get it inside the flour, then I'll wash my hands. But anyway, like I was saying, so you don't want to get it twisted. You don't want to mistake being comfortable with being complacent, if you know what I mean. Okay. And the reason why I say that is you get used to something and you just don't feel like changing. You're afraid of what it would be like if you did change. So really, you're not finding this person as a refuge anymore. This person is just like an old pair of shoes. You know they run over. You know that they probably causing you the back pain that you've been having, but you keep wearing them because guess what? You used to them and they broken in. So even though they're not servicing you, you still continue to stay. And that's not a good thing. So, and it's not a good thing. It's not healthy. Okay, comfort should empower you. Comfort should not diminish you. Comfort should uplift you and form a foundational piece or have a fortress in your life. They have a song that's called You and Me Against the World. That's how it should be. When everything else fails, that person should be your everything. Okay. And when one of you are no longer here and the other one has to carry on, you will still have that, whatever, that comfort, that love to keep you going and fortify you. That is comfort in a partner. Okay. I put this on, I put that on. See, I'm running my mouth to see I'm gonna put the wrong thing on here. So let me put some of this sasson on here. Let me get chicken in here because I did it twice because I get on my soapbox and start talking, y'all. And yeah. But you feel me. You feel me. And if you did, like I said, everybody experiences things, and I can't tell you how to live your life, what's perfect for you and what's not. But everybody knows deep down inside what they feel about their relationship, if they have one or not, and I really don't care whether we vocalize it, we verbalize it, or whatever. If it's right, if it can be worked on, if it's over, whether or not you take those steps or not is totally up to timing. And I always say, and you can't see me, when the heart and the mind combine and you start making critical thinking or critical decisions, not just using one or the other. So, as you see, I will kill you with the Casey's blessing because it's delicious and I can. So, I got that on here. I'm not going to do any cayenne because I said that's enough inside my flour. Yeah, I'm going to hit it again because I can do this. Yes, I can. I know y'all like she's crazy. I'm not. You haven't tasted this yet. And one day you'll be together. That's right, because all of the red tape will be over and I'll be able to present it to you. And let me bring this back up. And then you'll be like, oh my goodness, this is what I've been missing all my life. Because that's how I was. Because up until last year, when I invented this, I was missing this. So now I'm going to put the chicken inside here. Now, because the bone-in chicken is going to take the longest, I will cook that first. Normally, I used to cook the breast first because, like I said, they were thick. And I would cook the dark meat last. But I'm going to cook the dark meat first because I left the bone in. I really should have taken the bone out of my thighs, but I got lazy. I didn't feel like doing it. So now I got to figure out which one is the thighs. Oh, here you go. Here's one. And which one is the breast, because I had to cut the breast in half. It was so big. It was huge. Perfect for a roasting or something. So I got to wash my hands, guys, so I can close this bag up. All right, so let me get that over here. Wash my hands with some nice antibacterial soap. Oh, and I will tell you, people will disagree. They tell you don't wash your chicken because you can spread germs. I say wash your chicken and then clean your kitchen, okay, with some antibacterial products. There has never been any kind of food poisoning happening in all the years I've been cooking, and I've been cleaning my chicken. You know why I'm cleaning my meat? Because I don't know where that meat been, okay, and neither do you. So it's not enough heat in the world for me to eat something that I haven't cleaned. That I'm just telling you, okay? But you do you, boo. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get the feathers and the hairs off them chicken wings. Oh yes, I am. Y'all can keep going to the Chinese restaurant and letting them fry up them wings, okay, with all that hair and feather on there if you want to. Not me. Oh, I digress. I'm so sorry. Anyway. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. So being over reliant on a person, being overly clingy on a person, you can't breathe unless you know where they are. I mean, you know, yeah, okay, I know you can be so in love with somebody, it's like you just wait at bated breath for them to come home. Okay, and I can dig it. Okay, but when you can't even be you for letting your relationship absorb you, that's not healthy. It isn't. It really isn't. And someone who allows you to do that for them, with them, it's something wrong with them too. Okay, I'm just gonna be totally honest. Okay, it's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy source of dependence. Okay, now you see what I just did here. I have all of this, and I'm shaking it all up, and I'm gonna make sure it's fully covered. So while I do this, now I'm gonna start heating my skillet. So what I do, and this is my beautiful cast iron skillet. Nicely, now you have to keep these things oiled or greased or whatever, especially when you're not using them, because they will start to rust. So you want to make sure that. So I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to turn this up, and I'm going to put it on like a 8, so like a medium high, and I'm going to let it kind of heat a little, and then I'm going to pour my oil in. Just let it slightly heat, because I want to turn the heat down, because it's going to take me about 5 minutes for the temperature to get to where I need it to put my chicken in. Okay. Do not heat this stuff so hot, especially when you're pan frying. I'm going to make half of this oil, because I don't want it to splatter over. But when you are pan frying, you do not want to rapidly heat this, because this meat will get very brown on the outside and it will be raw on the inside, and then you'll end up overcooking it and it won't look cute. Now you may like to close your eyes and eat your chicken. I don't. So right now it's at a temperature where I can pour my oil in, and this is pretty heavy for me, and I hate using this thing, but I'm gonna try not to make a mess, y'all. I'm going to get my oil, and I'm going to do half of this, because I am not deep frying this, but I want to have enough oil in order to get my chicken somewhat covered. Okay, that should be enough right there. Okay, so it's about the halfway point of this pan. So let me move this, and now I'm going to take it, I'm going to bring it down to a low medium. So I'm going to do about a 5. So I'm going to put this on. Well, you have a timer on. So somebody check about 4 or 5 minutes for me, because she has a timer for the biscuits on. So I can't do my timer on my stove. Okay. And so for the rest of the chicken, I'm just going to close this up and put this to the side just like this, and clean up this mess that I made. I'm so sorry, because I can't deal with all this mess. And wait for this oil. Now, once I'm going to take this chicken out. Now, if you do the buttermilk recipe and you have the egg, what they suggest you do, if you look at me, look at this mess. What is suggested is you're going to dip your chicken. You're going to take your chicken out of the buttermilk that's been sitting all night. You dry your chicken off. Then you dip your chicken into the egg batter, and you put it in flour. Then you take it out and you put it into the flour. It is such a messy mess. I ain't trying to go through that. I like my mama's recipe. Tastes good. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, she's going to get that out of there, and then okay, gonna move that out. Okay, did you put cheese on that?
Yes.
Okay, she made cheese biscuits. Did I say make cheese biscuits? No, I didn't. Okay, yes, it does, because that's not my traditional. Okay, see, this is what you get when you get youngins involved. Okay, that knows nothing about what grandma used to. Okay, I'm gonna live with it. Okay. Let me get over here. I need to finish. Okay. See, you can't trust young people. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna put my chicken pieces onto this. Now, normally I'll just leave it inside, and I may just do that too. Forget that mess. I'm going to keep this, and this is going to be for me to put my cooked chicken on, because if you cook chicken, now back in the day, they would get a plate and then put some paper towels on or whatever, or like I said, a bag, a brown paper bag, and they would drain the grease off of their chicken. Now, us newfangled people, we get a rack. That way, it's not soaking in grease. It can stay crispy. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll put this over here, and I'm going to keep this in here, just like that. And when I'm ready to put the chicken in, I'm just going to do it the messy way and take the risk of it getting all over me. So don't laugh at me if the front of my clothes get white. I'm going to put the chicken over here, y'all. But it's nicely coated. And so now I can put the rest of my stuff on. Well, I can't because I got to make other food, but I'm going to just put that there. But I'm going to talk to y'all while I do that. And I'm going to get my thermometer because I want this to be at about 350 degrees. So that's when I'll put it in. I'm going to put my net, I forgot what the thing was called. My screen. I'm going to put my tennis racket over here because it's going to prevent splatter. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to get my tea. I'm going to move this. I'm going to get my tea and wait for this to heat up, and I'm finished talking to y'all. Okay? Because this is very important. It's important. I know for me, for those of you who do not know, my husband and I have been together for over 40 years. I ain't going to count all of it. It's been so many years I can't remember. Okay, I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a psychologist. I am not a marriage counselor, not anything. I am a woman who has been in a committed relationship for over 40 years. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I decided to do this show because I've seen so much negativity about relationships and on social media and the screen and this, that, and the other, until somebody need to know the components to longevity if that's what you want. Somebody needs to know the truth. That really happens in real relationships. That perfect is not in a book. Perfect is what makes you happy with that person, whatever that may be. If that's peanut farming. Okay.
5-minute timer enough.
Okay, so it's still not ready. So I'm going to bring it up a little. Take it up to a 6. Oh, he's bringing my tea. See, this is what happen when you live with the mixologist. Mm-hmm. That's good. I love that. I like iced tea, and I really like Earl Grey tea, but that's a whole nother story. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So my thing is this: when I do these cooking shows, because food is a way to open up the line of conversation, which is why I have this show. And I know people hear the Love Rhythm recipe. Some people think I'm going to make some kind of potion or what. I ain't making no potion. I'm cooking food. Okay. We're having casual conversation. I'm telling you about the things I have learned along the way that maybe if I had someone to sit and say, hey, maybe you should do this and not that, and this is how you handle it. The road to my 40 some odd years may have not been zigzagging, could have been straightforward, or maybe not. Okay, but my point is, people don't talk this talk anymore. People talk about the narcissistic this and the blah blah that and all that sensationalism. Let's talk the real talk. Okay, and that's what I do. And it gives you the ability to have another viewpoint. Because sometimes, we brainstorm. Okay, so I learn from you, you learn from me. That's how it is. Okay, and that is why this place has to be. So this topic right here about comfortability, people get it twisted because just because I've been with him 40 something years don't mean that I'm still feeling him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, well, at this point, what's the point? And I'm not saying that because I do care about my husband. I still love my husband. Okay. He get on my last nerves a lot. Yes, he does. And I'm sure I get on his, but that's part of the journey. And it's a choice that you make to stay in that journey or not. Let me check this. Okay. I'm taking you up to 7 because you're taking too long. Okay. So let me see, I haven't used this skillet in so long, it's not even going to perform for me. She's like, put me inside the cabinet for that stainless steel thing if you want to. So let me see. You turn this thing on. Which button is it?
You close it, you won't get back up to on.
Okay. See, this is just too newfangled for me. Because see, we ain't did all this back in the day. Okay, but I'm gonna do it. Let me stick this in here. Maybe I shouldn't put it on the metal.
No. Make sure it's only in the oil.
Okay, then it's not because it went back down when I took it off. When I put it on the pedal to the metal, y'all, it was going up to 500. But it's not. You want this to be about 350, and I know it looks monotonous, but I'm telling you, it's the way that you do this is going to make a big difference because I have done it the opposite way before. Now, if you're deep fried, it's something different. Okay, because you're just submerging and your meat will float up, and that's gonna be that. Okay. Okay.
We're almost done. You ready?
Yeah, I can't. Like you kind of like invading my space, lady.
Sunny. Okay, like the last 3 minutes.
Okay, I knew I said put garlic on my something. Yeah, I said, never mind. Okay, I'm not going to harp on the fact. Okay, make yourself useful, beautiful assistant. Instead of messing up my meal, can you come over here and open up these cans of corn so I can get this corn made? Okay, because I'm going to be making a little fried corn, but that's another recipe. This is just, so they'll have something to go with this stuff. See, I'll just eat me a piece of chicken and be happy. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to still think it's hot enough. I'm going to take it up to 8. See, this is me. I can look at this stuff and see when it's ready. I try to use these little gadgets so for the people who don't. Okay, well, honey, let me tell you. You know when that grease is ready. Because really what you can do is take a little bit of flour, sprinkle it on top of there, and if it rises to the top and starts sizzling, then it's ready.
Should I pour the liquid off?
Yes, please. So she's pouring the liquid off this canned corn. You can use fresh corn for this, but you know what? I am also the queen of hacks, and I can make anything that's already done taste a whole lot better because it's about the seasoning. It's not about the ingredient or the base ingredient. It's about what you do with it. Now, this is not already fried corn. This is just some canned corn, summer crisp corn, which is pretty... it's not how you get corn and the corn is kind of like, it's doing the gangster lean and it's kind of bland. This corn is very, very crisp and it's almost like you just got it off the cob. So let me stick this in here again. Okay, I can't hold this thing up like that. Okay. We're at 244 right now. Okay. Still got to do. See, it's still not ready. Okay, so I'm taking it up to 9, y'all.
No. Just give it a minute.
I don't have a minute. I'm 62. Okay.
26.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm 26 in an alternate world. But anyway, like I was saying, I don't have an oven mitt over here. It's on the other side.
Okay.
Here, you can come this way.
Okay.
Like I was saying, guys, so with my relationship, and I'll use that as an example, and you will laugh at me. When I'm feeling all my love, I literally hear music still. And that is the honest truth. Okay. I never forget. See, and this, you have to be as old as I am to know these shows. They had a show called That Girl. Marlo Thomas is the daughter of Danny Thomas. And if you know anything about St. Jude's Hospital, he created that hospital for the children who have, rare cancers and things like that. Marlo Thomas is his daughter. She used to be an actress, and she had a sitcom called That Girl, and I must have been a little girl. And when it came on, and she was cruising through New York City, and they had a theme song, and it was like she would hear, her whole life was just musical. So when I met my husband, he don't know this. I hope he's not in there. Oh, is he still in there? I hope he's not in there. Oh. Anyway, he doesn't know this because I would never give him the satisfaction. I thought this was the most magnificent man I've ever seen in my life. Okay, but I would never tell him that. I knew the day, the hour, the minute, and I was not one of those women or young women that dreamed of weddings and things like that because I wanted to sing. I wasn't thinking about any men or boys or whatever. I just knew. Okay, and yeah, everybody don't just know. So for me, I knew, I heard music. All these things that you're saying here, the comfort that I felt when my mother passed away, he was my comfort. Okay. Over the years, we have gone through all kinds of things, and sometimes we've agreed and sometimes we have not. But we do come back to that same place of being each other's comfort. This is something that's important in a relationship, more important than a physicality, more important than you speaking the same language all the time, more important than any of that, because you will go through things that sometimes you just need somebody to just hold your hand or to look you in the face and say, I got you. Okay, that's what you need. You don't need to have to ever wonder those things. Okay, so no matter how angry I get or how I may feel some type of way, or him the same, at the end of the day, if I was to fall back, I know that somebody's going to catch me. And that is the difference between really, truly knowing this is your comfort partner and that not being, if you get what I'm saying. I don't care how much you're in love with that person, okay? If it's not reciprocated, and it doesn't have to be the same reciprocation, but it still you have to know. And you ain't gonna have that with everybody. So for me, at this point in time, my husband is more than my husband. He's my family. And there's a difference. Because see, just my husband, I can walk away. My family, I cannot. And that's the difference. So let me check this again because I know it got to be ready now.
Yeah, let me check it.
Okay, so she's going to check that. And so I thought it was very, very, very important for me to speak this because I don't think people understand that a relationship is more than, I'm just attracted to you.
What are you aiming for again?
I was aiming for 350.
Okay, we're at 341.
Okay.
42.
We almost there. So, it's very important to know, hey, you got people with all kinds of personalities and stuff. But in a relationship, I don't care what anyone says. Even in the worst relationship in the world, it takes two people to maintain that. Even if you are being, and like I said, if you're being physically abused, mentally abused, anything like that, unless you're being tied up.
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to start putting this meat in here and watch the mess. And I'm going to have to use my bare hands. Okay, so we get in here. Let's see which one I'm going to put in first. Guess I'll try a little leg here. And I'm just going to shake it a little. I'm going to put the leg in. I'm going to be careful because there's a lot of oil in here. I'll put these bigger pieces in. Let me find a thigh. Ooh, look at that. See, I'm making a mess. Ooh, child. Okay, let me turn this down just a little because I'm making a mess all over my stove. But it's okay because I'm going to clean it up, y'all. Let me get the other leg and get it in here. And I'm being careful because, see, I don't like getting burned. And I'm not trying to get burned on national TV. You need to know. That's why I usually don't put this much oil in my pan. I use less. But I'm trying to do it like they did it. Maybe they should have learned something from me. How about that? Hello, Miss Huckabee. How are you? We are doing some down old-fashioned frying some chicken inside this cast iron skillet. And Lord have mercy, I'm getting nervous because it's a lot of oil. And I'm making a mess, and I don't care because I'm not trying to get burned. Trying to do what my mama and my grandmother and them used to do instead of me doing it the newfangled way. Huh? I don't know what you're saying. I will, but this is not how they did it. Okay, so I'm trying to do like they did. Okay, I got all the chicken in, y'all. Yay! So now I got to clean up all the mess. I'm going to put my screen on top of here. And I'm going to wipe this up. And I'm going to turn this down because my stove gets very, very hot. So let me clean my hands. Yeah, okay. I'm clean hands. Okay, woo. Look at that fire. That's the smoke. Okay, let me get that. I'm just cleaning. I'm trying not to get this all over me, y'all, because, Lord, I really don't want to have flour everywhere on me. And that's a lot of oil. And another reason why I don't like to use so much oil like they used to, see, they used to, like my grandmother, she would save the chicken oil. And my mother would too, like say just one fry or whatever, because now you got seasoned oil. And I never understood why they did it, until, I learned about seasoned oil and stuff. But they could season their vegetables with it if you didn't like to do pork. Or if the oil was not, burnt or whatever, and it was still just, kind of clear, they would fry more chicken. Save it and fry more chicken, so use it another time. Honey, people had to learn how to conserve and do things. I never forget my grandmother, and I laugh at it now, but my grandmother used to wash her paper. And back then, the paper towels must have been very sturdy. But she'd get a second use out of them. She'd wash them, and she would have them hanging from the cabinet so they could dry. Hey, I'm telling you. And she would get a second use out of them. Now you can't wash no paper towel because, honey, this thing coming apart as soon as it gets wet. And I don't care if they say it's a quicker pick upper. It's not strong. So let me get this over here in the garbage. Let me wash my hand again because I just had to pick up the other chicken and put it in. I'm going to go over here and check because you don't want this to get golden brown before you flip it. You just want it to get slightly. You want to make sure that it's stable enough. Your crust is stable enough to flip. Okay, because the way that I cook my chicken, a lot of people may not do that. Once I brown it a little on both sides, then I cover it and I let it steam through. This way I know it's going to cook. So when you cover it, of course, it's going to lower the temperature. So you have to adjust. So I'm taking the rest. Got just the right amount for this meat right here that I have is all breast, and I've deboned it, so it won't take any time to cook that. Okay, let me see what we got going on. And you write the tongs, and where are the tongs? Okay. And so that's why I didn't have the tongs, because you washed them. But let me get that. So back to what I was saying about these relationship things. Everybody has their own take on it. I will tell you, and people say to me, because like I said, we have we met each other in college. So my first year, his second year. Okay, and that's a long time. We've seen a whole lot of relationships go and come. We done sat here, we done got old. He got old, I got better. But you know, at the end of the day, through all of the mayhem, through all of I can't stand you, okay, I really can. You know, and if, like I said, if one of us goes back to Eggland's best egg before the other, that's it for me. And I will be content. Okay? Because I won't for me, another relationship would not work because I would be forever comparing that to what I had because we have so much history. So that's me. Other people do other things. But my point is, my level of comfort is secure. And like I said, this ain't no perfect vehicle. We are continuously working on it. Because as you grow, you change. Yes, you get older, you get more set in your ways. You do a whole lot of stuff. So, you know, relationships are a whole lot of give and take. You really have to be conscious about getting into one. Do not think that that's what you have to do and somebody telling you, oh, that's the way to go. The best relationship you can ever have is the one with yourself. And when you have a good one with yourself, then you can have a good one with somebody else. If you are lacking in the relationship with yourself, then you forever are going to have some issues. And that's the truth. Because a relationship with somebody else is a whole lot of compromise, a whole lot of give and take. Now, why do I feel like I need to put something in this oven? It's something that I thought I was going to put in this oven. Besides that, I guess it was the biscuits. Besides the biscuits. Okay. So, this is cooking. I'm going to turn it. And then I'm going to get my other stuff together also. So, what do you guys think?
That was helping me say, where's the brown paper bag?
You missed it, Dad. Oh, you know, I couldn't do the brown paper bag. Do you know, I don't even know where to get a brown paper bag from anymore. They used to have them at the store. All they got is plastic where I live. So I use freezer bags, but I do use a bag. That's what I was telling them, that my mama and my grandmother had a brown paper bag, and they would rip that bag open, put it on a plate, and drain that chicken. Yes, they would. Oh, what are you talking about, honey? That was some good eats. Okay, see, now already this chicken.
Auntie Teresa said Uncle Herbert used to do the same thing. He had bounty paper towels. I would go over there and he'd have them hanging up.
Yep. And you be like, what are you doing? Yep. See, so my mother wasn't the only one. I got a lot of oil in here because this browning both sides out, right? So I'm gonna let it cook a little bit, and then I'm gonna cover it because this cast iron skillet doesn't. I could have put less oil in there and saved my oil. Okay, that's what I should have did. Because now this pot is so deep until it's almost deep frying. So I'm gonna leave it like this, but I think I'm going to bring it down a little when I put the top on. When I put the top on it to steam it through, it is going to lower the temperature. So right now, what I'm going to do, and this is not part of the day, but I got to fix some sides. So let me get my stuff on while I finish talking to you. So I want to know your opinion about it. I've done a whole lot of talking. This is not class. This is we interact. What do you guys think about what I'm saying about comfortability? Because like I said, you have to have a healthy balance. You really do. You have to have a healthy balance. Or, hey, it gets old real fast. And that's the truth. A strong relationship allows comfort, but it also encourages independence. For real.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think? I can't hear you.
There could be a thin line between being comfortable and codependent, but I mean, if you understand that line.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta get some cookie spray.
If you understand that line and you're very careful not to cross over, it's a healthy boundary.
Where's cookie spray?
I see something.
Oh, I see it. I got it.
Okay.
So beautiful assistant is saying, because she's over there talking into her chest and I can't hear her. I don't know if you can. Okay. That you have to know. What did you say? Because I can't remember.
There could be has to be a healthy boundary between codependency and your comfort, being comfortable.
She said it has to be a healthy boundary between being codependent and comfortability, which I was exactly. It's true. You got to know the difference. Sometimes you get it all twisted because you've been in something so long and you really don't know the difference. But your partner can be a source of comfort, but they're not the only one that can comfort you. Sometimes you have other people in your life that can comfort you too. Okay, the comfort may appear different and it may affect you in a different way, but you have community, you have the rest of your family. If you have family, you may have friends. It's a lot of different places or ways that you can get comfort, but I'm gonna tell you the comfort is different coming from different people. Right. That is what I have experienced. Okay, let me see what you're doing over there. What y'all doing up in there?
How much of the chicken were you able to get in there?
I got all the dark pieces in there. Okay. Because the white pieces, I deboned it. Wow. So let's see. I could have got more. That's another thing, guys. Never crowd your pan when you are frying. The moment that you crowd your pan, you are lowering the temperature of your oils, and it is going to mess up the cooking. So, let me see what I got. Because I turned it down. I turned it down a little and see it's starting. See what y'all doing over here. But see, I got so much oil in here. This is deep frying. Okay, I'm going to turn it over one more time. I'm going to try to put a top on here, but I may not be able to do it because there's so much oil in here. So, I may have to just keep flipping it and take the heat up a little. And I'm thinking, yeah, because this one right here is acting funky. Those wings look good though. Okay, so I'm gonna let that keep. I'm gonna take it up one more notch, put it back on 6, because the heat is dissipating now. But so that's beautiful assistant's opinion. I know y'all a quiet bunch. Y'all like to hear me sit up and hoop and holler and talk. I know. I know. I fully understand. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start frying my corn up. Let me get this on here. And I'm bringing out the bacon fat, y'all. I'm going all the way. The only thing I didn't bring out was some lard. But I'm bringing out the bacon fat for this. Yes, I am. So I can give you a quick one on this frying this corn up. It's not hard. Corey, can you bring me some more bacon fat because I'm out? Okay, thank you. Very easy, quick way to do it. My grandma, and them, they used to take the fresh corn off the cob, and then cut it off, and then they would fry it up or whatever, and put stuff in it, whatever the stuff is. I don't know what they put in it. So I came up with my own rendition. Okay, this is getting hot, so that's the thing about these stainless steel pots. Let me turn that down. And get a spoon, preferably this plastic one, so I can get this bacon grease out of here, and then I can put my veggies in. So I'm going to do a teaspoonful of the bacon fat and put that in here and let that melt. You can use butter if you want, but like I said, you need to be really mindful when you're cooking with butter and you're sauteing stuff, because butter will burn. Yes, it will. And ain't nothing like some burnt food. You be like my father told me, oh, it's Cajun. It ain't Cajun. It's inedible. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to get all of this bacon fat off of this spoon. And I can't really let this sit in here like this. So I'm going to have to relinquish and let that little bit stay there. Okay, let me bring this over here. Mind you, the star of the show is the chicken, y'all. Not the corn. But I'm going to get my vegetables. I have some vegetables all chopped up. And I just put a little bit of red pepper. And where are my vegetables? A little bit of red pepper, some onion, white onion, And that's what I need, some garlic. That I should have put in there. Okay, a little bit of garlic. And I like mine a little spicy, so I put a little bit of jalapeno in here. So I'm going to saute these vegetables up in here. Up in here, up in here. Yes, I am. Okay, so let me get that in here. Okay, just like that. Let me get this stuff all out of there. Okay. Put that in there. And I'm going to put my garlic in here now. So this will be about a teaspoonful. I could have cut it up with the rest of the vegetables, but it's already cut up, so I didn't have to. Let me get my wooden spoon. Yep. And I will flatten this out so this can start sauteing in here. And it's very easy. It's not hard to make. You just get your veggies, you put it in here, just like that. And you kind of steam them through. But I'm going to leave the top off because I want them to just toast just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, let me see what this leg over here doing and didn't want to brown up properly. Just acting all crazy like it didn't want to keep the flour on it. Okay, so I'm going to take this now. Because this is bone-in, I'm going to put a little top on it for maybe about 4 minutes. And I'm going to bring the heat up. But see, it's not totally covered because this has like a little spout area. So I'm going to take my heat up to about a 7. Because the heat is going to go down now that I'm covering this. But this is steaming it through to make sure that this meat is done. Because have you ever had a piece of chicken, you bite into it and you see blood on the bone? Or you're fighting with it? Or you have a chicken wing that you got to be fighting to pull apart? That is not cooked. Don't let nobody tell you it is. Okay? You're not supposed to have to fight with your food. When you have to fight with your food, there's a problem. So, let me get me a chair because my back hurts. I'm just sitting here. I'm gonna check this stuff over here. What I do with the spoon? Okay, so I'm gonna get my spoon over here. The oven is off, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna stir this a little. And see, just like I said, that heat went down just like that. Just like that. And that's why you have to be mindful when you cover things or you crowd. I want to get my other little thing that I hold my spoons with and put one on this side. I have one on this side. I need to put one on this side because I'm cooking on this side now. And I got the other one over here for the chicken. But see, I put the heat up and so I hear it sizzling. So it's going to do its little thing. And I'm going to pull this here so I can sit down because I'm tired. But I've been cooking all day. All right, I'm going to turn the heat up on this because what it's doing now is cooking so slow until it's emitting a lot of juices, and I don't want it to boil. I don't want a whole lot of liquid in my corn because I want it to be kind of dry because I'm going to make it a little creamy, you know. So I don't want a whole lot of liquid from the veggies. So I'm trying to dry them out a little without over toasting them. Well, this thing is doing the same thing here now. All right. Because see, what's happening is you got the condensation from the top going into that hot oil. So it's like, it's angry. It's like, I'm mad. This is mad time. Okay? Said it's mad. So now I'm going to take this, and just like that, this doggone stainless steel thing has gotten hot just as I took it up. I don't want it that hot. So I'm going to put a top on here. I'm going to lower the heat. I'm going to steam it through. Just like that. Put that on there. And I'm going to give my chicken a couple more minutes. And I'm going to turn it. Because by doing this, you're causing the effect of cooking that meat through. I really, like I said, I don't know if you've ever tried it before, but getting like chicken thighs that have skin on it, because you know a lot of people like skin. Everybody likes the skin, but it's not necessary to have the bone. So I've learned how to take the bone out of a chicken thigh, and I will do a short video on that. Really easy. You just have to have a sharp knife. You go down the sides. You don't lose a lot of meat, and you get that bone out, but you still have the skin and all meat. So when you fry it up, you get the loveliness of the skin. You have all of the meat, but you don't have to fight around that bone. Why should we have to make things hard for ourselves? That's what I say. So at the end of the day, the connection that we have here with the food and this and why I do this is because I'm going to tell you, and this is my experience again. If I am having a little tiff with my husband, know how I can get him where I want him to be? Feed him something that he likes. So, food. They say music, or the music, they says solves, or some music soothes. Music soothes the savage beast. Food. Food, I tell you. Food. So, cook something good. You want to have a conversation. You'll be able to say what you want to say. Cook them a good meal. That's how that works. Food is love. We just have to realize it. It's in every part of our lives. We just tend to overindulge, and so we end up with all these different things going on. But food brings people together. Food brings nations together. Okay? If it's good. Now, if it's not good, then that's another thing. Okay, let me see. All right, so let me turn this down. Turn it down one more. I'm going to check this chicken. And I have to be careful because, like I said, it's a lot of condensation. And water and oil do not mix. I know y'all can hear that sizzling. So now I'm going to turn it over again. And then I'm going to put my top on it again. But it's coming along nicely. Those wings they look good. Oh, almost got grease on me. I pinched that thing the wrong way. Did I get some? Did I get hit? No, I didn't get hit. You didn't hear me scream, so I didn't get hit. Okay? So let me wipe that up because a little bit of grease splattered over here. And as soon as I took that top off, just like that, it calmed down. Because, like I said, the condensation from the water was making it angry. It's like, it's like that little kid that don't want to take a bath. They don't want to get wet. What can I tell you? And like I said, food and love. And that's what this is about. What do you think? Can you truly say that your partner, if you have one, is your place of comfort? Or do you need to really think about it? I'll give y'all a few minutes to mull that over in your head while I go over here and check this, okay? All right. So this is just where I want it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my corn in here, and then I'm going to season it up. So I got 2 cans of this corn, and this is how many ounces? 15.25. So let me get this in here. I'm going to put the corn in here, and if you so inclined and you just want to do it, and you have some fresh corn, hey, just get it off the cob and do you, boo. So I got this in here. I'm going to turn the heat up because this is on really low because I want this to kind of fry a little, actually. So in order to get that effect, and I will be putting some butter in it. I have some herb butter left, so I'm going to do that and put that in it. And the rest of my seasonings, let me throw this away. Matter of fact, I'm about to get all this trash up while I'm here. Get that out the way. And then, let's see. I need something to clean with. Guys.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, no. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my friends there on television. Okay, because I need something to clean with. So I need to have a little towel to get some of this junk up with. Okay, so I'll put that over there. I'm gonna take this up a notch again, but this is going way too slow. And then I'm gonna start putting my seeds in. So y'all know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit it with some Casey's. Now this is good. The only thing I don't put Casey's blessing in, I'll be totally honest, is something sweet. And I'm sure I will figure out a way to put it in something sweet. So I am also going to put a little bit of garlic powder in here, although I have the garlic, but that'll be helpful. And it's not going to be a complicated situation. I'm going to hit it with a little heat too, because I like it with a little spice, a little bit of cayenne. And where's my pepper? What did I do with it? Oh, right here, right in front of my face. So let me put some pepper on it. Very simple, not complicated at all. Then I'm going to get, once it starts to frying, because I want it to get to a place where it's drying out any liquid in here. Then I'll put some butter in there. I'm going to put a little bit of cream and a little bit of sour cream and a little squirt of you know what. What am I going to put a squirt in? Everybody knows me. Some Splenda. You can use some sugar if you want, but you want this to have a balance of heat, sweet, and savory. That is what you want for this fried corn. Okay? And it's always a winner. I'm telling you. Even with the finicky children. Yes, it is. So, let me let that go. My chicken is mad again. My chicken stays mad at me. Okay? Y'all need to talk to this chicken. Okay? You got to talk to the chicken the same way you got to talk to your comfort zone. For real. And if your partner is not your comfort zone, you can fix that. If you really want to have a conversation, I tell you, I swear, I need to put this on my chest. I don't wear t-shirts, but I'm going to make one. Have a conversation. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you really want, and see, I'm hearing my mouth, my husband's mouth up there. Okay. Y'all, he's so loud. He is just up there making all kinds of noise. He really is. He don't want to be seen, but he sure want to be heard. That's for sure. Anyway, have a conversation. You can have the things you want in this life, but if no one knows what your desires are, and believe it or not, you may think, it's not going to matter anyway. If I say something, then it never changes. How do you know until you try? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. The only thing that can happen is if somebody can deny what you want, tell you no, and then you find somebody going to tell you yes. But why should you sit in wonder and sit in uncomfortability when you should be maxing and relaxing? How about that? Think about that. Let me check my corn. Okay. I need to take her up a little bit more because she needs to really sizzle. And let me check the chicken because it is sizzling. Ooh, boy, I have a mess to clean up. Ooh. Listen to that noise. Whoa! And that's all from the water, y'all. Ooh, okay. You're not going to pop me. Okay, not on national TV anyway. It ain't happening, y'all. Okay. It's almost there. I'm going to put it on the top on it one more time. And then I'm going to stick with the old trusty. Well, I'm going to have beautiful assistant do the old trusty thermometer. Because like I said, I don't do all that. I can look at it and tell when it's ready. But I'm trying to be a good teacher. So being a good teacher means that you have to use the tools that are given to you, okay, and make it work. So I'm trying to learn how to use the tools and stop. Because this is the whole reason why I got cooking shows, because my daughters tell me, you never tell us the recipes. You never tell. Well, now, guess what? When I go back to being an Eggland's Eggland's best egg, okay, they will forever have everything that I can cook and things I've created right here in social media. Forever, ever, forever, ever. Think about that. So, if they don't cook, that's their problem after that. Okay, so see, it has dried out all of the liquid, which is really great. And that's what I wanted. So I'm going to just show y'all. You see, nice and dry. Incorporated. Okay, I forgot to put my top back on here. Let me get it back. I'm going to take this meat out in a minute. Let me turn this down. Okay, I'm going to get my herb butter because I have a lot of it. So I figure, hey, why not use it? Normally, I would just use some regular butter. But, hey, what the hey? We always got to fancy it up a bit around here. Because if I hear one more time, what, chicken again? Yes, chicken again. And again and again and again. So I'm going to put a nice big old heaping piece of this butter up in here. Yeah, I am. Y'all know me. And I'm going to mix this in here. Then I'm going to go get my sour cream. And I'm going to turn the heat up on this again because as I put the butter in, of course, then I'm getting more liquid. I don't want all this liquid. That's not the objective of things. And I probably will put a pinch of salt in this. Because usually what I will do instead of the bacon fat, I'll just fry up some bacon and put it in there. But, hey, I got a lot of bacon fat. I need to get rid of it. I don't want to make any more bacon to make more bacon fat. So I get rid of what I got. So, all right. That's good. I'm going to get a little bit of sour cream. And a little dab will do me. And I'm going to get some heavy whipping cream. And a little pinch of salt. So, I'm going to do one little squirt of the sour cream. Let me get that incorporated in there. And you know, I'm not going to forget my Splenda. And one of these little corns dropped out of here. And I'm putting them right back in the pan. Because he need to know he will be eating tonight. So I need to find my Splenda. Where did it go? It's over there. Let me get it. Because, honey, let me tell y'all, after we eat this meat, because I told y'all I don't eat all day when I'm doing these shows. After I eat this food, I am going to sit in front of my computer and contemplate what I'm going to tell y'all about next week. And then I will probably fall asleep in front of my computer for about 4 hours. Then I'll get up and sleep for 2 and I'll start all over again. Okay, I know you're mad. Chill out. Chillax. Y'all probably like, danger! All right. Let me see what this looks like. Let me get this out. Okay, come over here, beautiful assistant. Check the temperature before I pull it, but I know it's ready. I know it's ready for whatever it says on that thermometer for chicken, but I know it's ready. Let me stir this. I'm going to put a little bit more garlic in here. Why? Because I can. See, it's ready. I told y'all. I don't need no thermometer. Let me get this and put it over here. All right. Just like that. Put that over here. And get one of those. And one of these little wings. Which they're the most perfect thing. They look the most perfect out of everything. The little wings. Okay, that's beautiful. I'm going to let it drain over here. I'm going to get the other pieces in here, but let me stir this. Because I don't want it to scorch. Okay, that's on a 6. So let me get this other chicken in. This shouldn't take any time. I may want to bring it down a little because I don't want, this is, like I said, this is boneless. I don't want it to over brown. What do y'all think this look like? Look like good to y'all? Like you want to eat it?
Oh, yeah. Can I have one now?
No. Got to eat with the rest of the food. No, not yet. You're going to eat it with the rest of your food. Can you have one now? Listen at you. Tell you, food ain't safe in my house.
Can we have some soon?
You can have some as soon as the rest of the food gets ready, okay?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm putting these little breast pieces that I deboned in here. And see, my heat has gone down. And so now I'm going to take the rest of this and I'm throwing it away because you don't want to reuse this. Salmonella, you know. And then I'm going to wash my hand off, hopefully for the final time. So it's going to be the same process. I'm going to let it brown slightly on one side, but I'm going to be very intentional with this because the oil is already very hot. And it can brown quickly because remember I put the paprika on there. So that's a browner anyhow. And so it can be deceiving when you're cooking with it because you can think, hey, this is brown. Yeah, but you don't know what's lurking inside there of the rawness. And it'll be overly brown and you'll be like, oh, I don't want to eat that. Yeah, I know I will. Now, some folks will eat it. We'll eat it anyway. And just say, hey, that's Cajun, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, them is lies. That's burnt, y'all. Okay, that's all I'm telling you. Okay, let me get this over here because, see, I want to move these pieces around. And then I'll show you what it look like. What y'all think? What you think? Did it look like grandma chicken or what?
Yeah.
What y'all think? Give me some love. Tell me something. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. What you think? Can y'all see? I guess they don't agree.
No, they don't.
Oh, I'm messing with y'all. I know it's delayed. You know I gotta be jokey. I gotta get on y'all case. Okay, so I'm gonna put a pinch of salt in here. Just a pinch. So that means like just like that. Just like that. There you go. Because as I told y'all, everybody who's running away from sodium, thinking that you're saving your life, you need to have a little bit in there. Our problem comes in when we put too much. But you do need sodium. You need sodium. You need potassium. All those things help the body function. I'll put a little bit. I just have to put some sazon in here because I don't know. I just can't quit her. Okay. So that's really nice. And that's doing really fine. I'm going to put the heavy whipping cream in. So like a quarter cup of heavy whipping cream. Now I'm going to turn the heat up because I want this to thicken. So the heavy whipping cream is to give it like a little thickness. Now you can make a roux. Now, you know, I showed many of you how to make a quick roux. I don't want to do a roux here. I just want to have a little light sauce. But if I wanted to thicken it up, really thicken it up, I take this cream and I put a tablespoonful of flour in it and I mix it until it's smooth and then I slowly incorporate it in the middle of the corn and stir it and it will thicken up. Because see, the thing about a roux is you want your flour to cook. You don't want to have the taste of raw flour, which is why people sit up and they brown their roux and blah, blah, blah. Of course, you know, I am the queen. I said this morning. I consider myself a culinary chemist. Yeah. I really do. Because you don't see me tasting foods and stuff. I just know. I can smell. I know what combinations are going to work. You know, I don't know how I know. But I know. And you can ask anybody who's seen me cook or who's, you know, like here in the house, I'll have everybody else taste. I will not taste. I never do. So I can't tell you why, but that's the reason. That's not the reason, but that's the deal. Okay. So let me put this over here. Now I still need this because now I'm getting ready to show you a real shortcut. You want mashed potatoes, right? You want mashed potatoes that taste like you peeled them potatoes and you slaved over the potatoes and you boil them potatoes and the potatoes you want them creamy and fluffy. Well, Casey about to show you the quick, fast, hurry how to take these lovely little things right here and make the best mashed potatoes. I'm going to make some garlic mashed potatoes today. the best garlic mashed potatoes or any potatoes, and ain't nobody gonna tell you that you didn't peel it. Ask them. They didn't believe me until I did it. They tasted them. You don't have to work hard all the time. Sometimes you work smart. I think people don't cook anymore because it's so much work, so much preparation, so much whatever. And then people tell you, oh, pre-prep. Well, pre-prep is work. So if I don't work all week long, you think I want to spend my weekend? First of all, if you worked all week long and you work Monday through Friday and you work a 9-to-5 job or whatever, or you work hours where you can't conduct any business, throughout the week. Saturday ends up being the day you wash your car, go get the oil change, you go here, you go there, you go grocery shopping all day long, you do blah, 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 blah. So that's the 6th day that you work. Sunday come around, if you go to church, that's a whole nother work day because you up in church all day. Next thing you know, or you're cooking dinner all day or whatever you're doing Sunday, whatever. The point is, when is the downtime? Then here come Monday again. And then you wonder why everybody got the Monday blues. That's why, because you ain't had a day off. So when somebody tell you something about cook something, really? Casey, you're telling me to cook something? Yeah, I'm telling you to cook something because you know what? The other night, my husband had one of the best soul food meals that he's ever had. And I made very little effort. And I made fried chicken. I made peas and rice. We had potato salad. We had buttery cornbread. We had corn on the cob. 35 minutes. Ask me how. I'll tell you in another video. But trust me. And he's always like, why can't we have meals like this every day? Oh, because I just ain't got nothing else to do with my 16-hour-a-day regular job. And then this life here with this business I'm trying to build. Okay, so, but it was easy, and you too can do it. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna film that because that was amazing. Because it's all about the seasoning. Okay, let me see here. Look at this stuff over here, trying to brown on me. Okay, let me turn these over. Look at it. They are cute. They are so cute. These little fluffy breasts. These little fluffy breasts. This one got turned too fast because it was trying to come apart. But these little fluffy breasts, they're just too cute. Now when it brown on that side, then I'm gonna cover them. Okay, so let me put this in here. The only thing I need to put in now, because see, this is a nice little thickening, is my little squirt of Splenda. So I'm gonna do one big squirt. There you go. Bam. You can use sugar. You can use whatever your sweetener of your choice is. And I told y'all this wasn't part of the recipe. But since I'm cooking this chicken, I might as well go and tell you how to do it. So now, this is the point that we're at. You see, it has a nice little cream sauce to it. And I'm going to let it keep simmering. I'm going to put the top on it. And just let it kind of simmer while I finish cooking the rest of the stuff. But I'm going to sit it to the back because I need this front eye so I can make those mashed potatoes. So I can let them eat because they're sitting over here looking like they got the white lips. Okay. So, let me get this on the back eye. Get that back here. Let me take this off because I don't want to start cooking. Put it on a low heat. And take it down to my low. And cover it. Okay, that's as low as it's going to go. Okay, I'm going to get a top on that. Put this over here. Then I'm going to get those potatoes, get my little measuring cup. But you do want to measure to a certain extent. And once you get the basic measurement, that's when you let it rip. And you do you, boo. Okay, so let me wipe that up. Get this in the trash. I need some more garlic.
Okay.
Yeah. See. Oh, here it is. But I need you to open it because I don't want to break a nail. Okay, so beautiful sister's gonna open up the garlic for me. And I'm gonna get over here and put the screen on my chicken because it's getting angry. It's ready for me to get ready to turn it. And I'm gonna tell you, this chicken is. What I can tell you, Corey, you can taste that little piece of crust if you want, and tell me if it's seasoned or not. This is crunchy, and I didn't put no double. I didn't put no double flours. I ain't putting no eggs on there. I ain't do none of that. Is it seasoned enough?
Yes, it is.
It's not salty. It's just seasoned. Okay, perfect. Now, if you think that tastes good, or if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. Wait until you taste that. All right. So I got my angry thing going on over here. Let me get my little cup. Let me see what it says on the back of this packet. Okay, so it says, add 4 cups of boiling water to a heat resistant. They're telling me to microwave this. You know I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken stock. That's how much I listen to what they say. So let's hope I got some chicken. I got chicken stock here, right? Chicken stock. I'm asking them because they put the food away. Okay, is it on the ground level or? Okay, I'm going to flip this over, y'all, and then I'm going to put the top on it. Okay, put that on there just like that.
How many do you need?
I only need 1 because I'm going to do, I think I'll get 4 cups out of that. So instead of me using the water, I'm using 4 cups of this. In my little pot. Thank you. Okay, so I'm doing 4 cups of chicken stock, low sodium, a chicken broth. You can use water if you want, but I'm using this because I feel that it fuels the flavor. And this is for a whole packet. It's like supposed to be for a family. So whatever's left over, I'll make something else. But I'm not going to just, try to divvy up the recipe or whatever. So this is about 4 cups. I got a little bit left in case I need to loosen it up. I take that. Now, it doesn't call for this when I'm putting my butter in now. So I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of butter in there. Now, did anybody open up the garlic? There. You did?
Yeah.
I'm going to take my garlic and I'm going to put in a tablespoonful of garlic in this water before it boils. Okay, so that goes in just like that. Okay, I'm going to hit it with my blessings because that's how I live my life. Some blessings in there. Lots of blessings. And I'm going to hit it with just a little bit of salt. Just a little. Just a touch. And I'm going to do some black pepper. No, I'm not. I'm telling a fib. I'm going to pull out the white pepper, y'all. Where is it? I just saw it. I'm going to pull out some white pepper. And I'm going to sprinkle a little white pepper in there. And then what I'm going to do is bring this to a boil. So I'm going to take this up. I'm going to get it on a rapid boil. And that should take a couple of seconds with these pots. Let me get this open and ready. Let's see if I got to cut it. Yeah. No, it opens up. Okay. That's cool. So I got this open and ready. Let me close this. Let me check on my corn back here. It's just very slowly, just keeping itself warm and thickening up all by itself, which is great. Okay, let me look at this chicken because it's mad as all get out. She says she angry. Okay, let me check you. See what's going on. If she's not happy with me. And see, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful because the grease is hot, so it's very easy for this to get brown quickly and the meat not be done because this meat is very thick. The breast meat on these chickens, when you get them whole, the breast is very enhanced. I find, depending on the brand of chicken you buy, and this breast was really robust. Okay, come on. I said you're gonna get heated up fast. You sitting up here making me look like I'm telling a fib. So let me get another spoon, because I need a spoon for you. Okay, that'll work. So I got this spoon. If this spoon were mine, I would stir this. And that's what I'm going to do. So I think I said everything I had to say about discomfort and your partner. Hit me up in the comments if you have anything that you want to add, or hit me too. Because, hey, I've only been doing this for 40-something years. You may have been doing it longer. You never know. You may not have been doing it longer, but you could be doing it better. You never know. Everyone can learn something.
Never too late.
That's right. Let me put that over here. I'm just waiting for these potatoes to act like they want to be put this water.
Oh, we need to heat up.
Yeah, it's usually if I put it on high, then it'll get heated immediately. So I put it down a little lower, so it's trying to make a liar out of me. That's what it's trying to do. Okay, I'm gonna take it up one more notch, and that's all. Yeah, it's not going to take long for this at all, but I want to be very sure because these breasts, even though I took the bones out of like this thick, and then I cut them into 4 pieces. That's how, and they're pretty big. So, like I was saying, the connection of food and emotions, like I was telling you, everything in moderation. So, too much comfort food, it's not good for your life, but it's good to your mouth. Yes, it is. But you have to do things in moderation. So it can weigh you down the same way too much clinginess or too much comfortability can weigh you down too, because you are still a me before you were a we. All right. So this chicken is telling me something. It's like, tell me something good. Okay, see, so now it's at a boil. And when it comes to the boil, you want to stir it. And this took a little bit longer to boil. I just forgot because I put chicken broth in here. So now, this is what you do. It's boiling. This is going at it. So let me take it down. This is what I like to do high. So I'm going to take this and you slowly stir your potatoes in here. Take your time because it's going to start thickening up. And so you want to make sure that you don't get them, they're not too watery, but you don't want them to get too thick. So I'm almost at the end of the pot. And like I said, if you have any lumps, you just stir the lumps out. I'm just going to put all of it in here now. Okay, and it's cooking and popping. And so I got to get it off the stove because this pot is really, really hot. So now I'm just stirring and stirring and stirring. Now, mind you, I have all of these wonderful flavors in here already. And I'm going to wipe this stove down because it just went haywire because I had it up too high. Let me wipe it off and wipe this off over here. Boy, it's a hot mess. Okay, and my chicken is mad at me. But let me go over here and I'm not finished. So now this is really, really dense. So I have a choice. If you like your potatoes really dense, you can leave it like that. I cannot put anything else in here and some people will be very happy This looks just like you peel this potato. However, I'm not done yet. So now I'm going to take some of this cream and put it in. And I'm going to take about a quarter cup of cream, put that in there, and I'm going to put a little bit more butter in there, just for that buttery goodness. And then I'll be done. And that's all it took. And I'll stir that in. I'll still have creamy, fluffy, delicious garlic potatoes. It was of no peeling effort whatsoever. I'm going to let the butter melt. I'm going to go check this chicken. Beautiful assistant, come over here, do your thing with the thermometer, because I'm thinking that this chicken may be almost ready. Let me take it down. Let me wipe that off. Okay. Wipe that off over there. Boy, what a greasy mess. Oh. Okay, give it a shot. Let me turn it over. And let it calm down a little bit.
Okay.
But that water does it every time. And the next time I use my skillet, I'm not wasting all this oil. I'm telling y'all now. Okay. So let me stir this. Get it all nice and stirred up. And since beautiful assistant is over here, she can taste them and let me know.
Yeah, this is done.
Done?
Yeah.
See, what I tell y'all? The magic of the mommy mind. Okay, so done. Done, 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 done. And we turn this off. And we drain it over here. Okay, just like that. And they look like little breast puffs because they don't have a bone. How cute are they? Okay, so this will be the oil that my mother would cool off, and she put in whatever the little contraption she put it into. It wasn't a can, it was something else. I don't know, I don't remember that part. Okay, beautiful sister, come over here and taste your potatoes. Tell me what you think. Because we about ready to complete this puppy up, I think. So does that taste like a box, or does it not?
Oh, I can't wait to have that.
So that tastes like, does that taste like powdered potatoes? Or does it? I slaved over the stove.
You would never know.
I slaved over
You
10 pounds of potatoes, and then I had to hand mash them. Oh my goodness, all the work I did. I sure did. And that's what you tell them, y'all. That's your story, and you're sticking to it. Okay? I'll never tell. I won't tell on you. No, I won't. I'm just over here trying to get us some of this mess because we getting ready to plate this puppy up, y'all. And they can tell you how they feel. I know you think that I twist people's arm and make them say this food tastes good. I know that's what y'all think. But it's not the truth. So I'm going to cover this pan. This will cool off. And I'm going to tell you, I will not be keeping the chicken grease. So we got to figure out a way to dispose of it that is safe for me and for the environment. Okay? But that's a whole nother story. So let me get that over there. Got my chicken over here. Let me get this inside my sink. We're all ready for washing. Let me rinse this spoon off because this is the spoon for the corn. This is the spoon the corn has made. Okay? So we're going to use that. And I'm going to wipe this off. And we're going to get some plates so we can plate this puppy up. Okie dokie now. All right. And let me see what beautiful assistant's biscuits look like. Woo! Yeah. I don't know now. I just wanted some regular buttermilk biscuits, but she done went and took. She did exactly what I'm teaching y'all to do. Learn the base ingredients and then fly. But I ain't telling her to fly today. I wanted her to stay on the ground today. Okay. But anyway, anyhow. Okay. I just need a little bit of parsley because you know I gotta make it look cute. All right, so corn is done. Let me get that off. I have my chicken. I need some plates, y'all.
Where's parsley?
There should be some in there. Can we move my computer back over here where it belongs? And where I can sit down, please. Yeah, I done cooked enough. See, I cook enough in one day for a week. I'm here to tell y'all.
We got everything in front of us.
Okay, I don't.
Nope, you got basil and the tiny herbs. That's one.
Okay, well, I guess we won't be garnishing. Oh, I really can. Let me get some of that basil.
I was gonna say, aren't basil? That is fragrant.
Yes, it is. Okay, so because you know we gotta have it's a production. So let's get this. Let me get my cup. Can I get some plates?
Yeah.
And throw this away. We'll get this all tidied up later. Not right now. We got the good plates here. All right. And I'm going to bring that over here. You could call the room master down.
Yep.
And just get all that over here. I'm going to plate these puppies up. So get your favorite fork, Corey, because you'll be the first. You get the first to taste the comfort food.
I'm excited.
I know, because I know you're hungry. It's been a long day. We work hard because we have to. Okay, I'm making a mess. I got mashed potatoes going everywhere. Okay. Let me rinse my hands off.
Yeah, you had to call him. He was on his way out.
He was on the way where?
He was on his way out the door.
Who?
Brewmaster.
Oh, out the door.
Coming down.
Oh. He must be listening. He must be listening.
I went upstairs. He was coming down. I was like, oh.
He hungry.
Yeah.
You need to come over here and distribute your biscuits because, honey, I don't know what to do with them. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of this on here. Like that. Get that off. Whew, that hurt. Okay, I'll give you one of these little crispy bits. And that. Okay. And let's see.
Hi, y'all.
Hey.
You ain't had to call me. I was on my way.
Oh, you was watching for this.
I was watching.
Okay, where's my basil?
I put it on the phone, I think.
Oh,
Into
Oh, I see it.
man. Oh, man.
this portion.
Looking good. See this one?
Okay, but there's no space on here now, so you don't have to wait. So I
Oh,
got
okay.
garnish, a little bit of garnish on here. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Boy, that iced tea is off the fajisi.
Yeah.
Okay, so Corey's gonna get the first plate, taste it, tell me what you think. Put her biscuit, because she want her biscuit to be seen. Every biscuit wants to be heard.
Ooh, that's homemade biscuit.
It's somebody's home.
I know that's
Somebody's
right.
home. I'm sitting down, y'all. My back hurt. I gotta sit down for a minute. Okay, Corey, let them see grandma's hands.
No.
Show them the chicken. Okay, that's comfort in its finest.
All right.
Okay, what y'all think about that? All right, let me fix the other plate.
Please. I ain't come down here to look.
Okay.
I'm starting off with the corn and potatoes. Delicious. Now we're gonna go for the chicken. This is what we've been waiting
Oh
for.
man, that
Main
look good.
attraction.
That look good.
Main attraction.
You hear that crunch, y'all?
Oh. Can I make my own crunch?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm making it.
Now that's some good fried chicken.
Oh boy.
Simple.
Mm.
I don't have all that batter on there like they say to do.
Mm.
Just some little flour and a like my mama used to do it.
Nice and crispy. The chicken itself is nice and tender.
Mm, mm.
Mm.
Man, you making me hungry just by looking at you.
Well,
It's delicious. I can tell you that much. Mm. Now I'm gonna sit down and finish eating.
all right. I gave Grill Master one of the little puff pastry breasts.
One.
Okay, he can get some more.
Okay.
Okay, I want him to taste the breast because the breast is usually always dry when you fry stuff up. I'm gonna give you something to eat with here. Just a second. It's usually dry, so I wanted him to tell me if it tastes dry or if I accomplished the goal of it not being dry.
That biscuit is delicious though.
Okay,
Mm.
that's beautiful assistance
Concoction.
concoction that she slapped up there.
I slapped it.
And I ain't asked her to, but yeah.
But
So can you
it's
taste the
alright.
chicken, please?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, hot.
Yes, I just cooked it.
Okay.
That biscuit is better than like any other type of biscuit I've had.
Mm-hmm. And see, that was easy. Tell them what you did, beautiful assistant.
So I just took the frozen biscuits.
Tell them what kind of frozen biscuit.
What was that? Mary B's frozen biscuits. They
Very
come in
good.
a pack of 10. It's a red and white bag. I'm not sure what store to get it from.
I got it from Food Line.
Food Lion. So I just took that. I took some of the herb butter that we made this morning and I put some on top. And then I took a little bit of mild cheddar and sprinkled it on top. Cooked it in the oven for about 25 minutes on 375. And then after it was done, I put a little more of the herb butter on top and put some foil on it. That's
Man,
it.
it's good, delicious.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
Corey
beautiful
said, the
assistant.
chicken is crunchy and tasty and moist. Wow. It's off the front.
So Grillmaster says that the chicken breast is crunchy on the outside, but moist on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what you want. Okay, yeah, she's trying to get a fork. I'm gonna go over here and try to get me a little something.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna grab me a fork from this lovely thing here.
I'm gonna put a little teeny tiny on my plate.
All right. I'm gonna start with chicken. I already know everything on this plate is a banger, but I'm gonna start with chicken.
The corn, mashed potatoes,
Everything.
everything.
Does that feel like comfort to you?
Comfort.
Mm.
Feel like a hug.
Mm.
It feel like a hug.
It feel like a hug.
Okay, he said it feel like a hug, y'all.
It does. It just feels so nice and warm.
Nice.
It just
A nice
embrace.
good Southern hug.
Mmm.
Mm.
Nice southern hug.
Ain't that southern hug?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That was what I was trying to accomplish.
Oh, that combo is fire.
Mm. Mm.
Just like
Mm.
the comfort I feel with my partner.
Mm.
That's what you're supposed to feel when you put stuff like this in your mouth.
I can't even talk.
Feel like
Okay,
a
I
hug.
need you to talk though.
I'm sorry. All the flavors together, they melt. They just merge so perfectly. The fluffiness of the biscuit, the crunch of the chicken is very hard to match it.
Mm.
Outside of using the cast iron skillet, it has a very distinct crunch and crisp on it. I love it.
Mm.
You can tell when it's cooked in a cast iron skillet. It's perfect textured, nice and juicy on the inside. When you bite into it, you get that juice, but you get that nice crispy crunch. And it's not like the chicken is overwhelmed with breading, like where you'll get mostly breading and a little bit of chicken. You get all chicken,
All
but then you
chicken.
get that nice, delicious crust with the flavor and all that, the seasonings and stuff in it. Fire.
And the thing is, it's not overly salted, but it is highly flavored.
Highly flavored.
Okay, so let me taste it. And see, I got one of the little chicken breasts, y'all. I got little itty bitty stuff here. Okay. And I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try the chicken first. They're not talking, they're just eating.
I was talking.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut my chicken just like that. And I'm gonna try it and see. It is crunchy. Yes, it is. I'm gonna take a little piece of that crust.
Mm.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's not salty at all. It really isn't. It's just very flavorful. So I'm gonna take a piece of this chicken, and this is what it looks like, guys. That's a piece of chicken breast. Okay. It's hot. I love it. Mm. It's hot. I don't want to talk about my food, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Please don't.
I'm gonna tell you. This brings back memories. I'm gonna tell you that it really does. I feel like waking up Sunday morning and my mother cooked this chicken, and I know that I'm gonna get the breast because that's how we did. My mother liked dark meat, so my father liked the breast, and I would get a piece of the breast. This is it. I will cook this chicken in a skillet, in a cast iron skillet. Again, I will cook a whole chicken again. It is labor intensive, but my God, it's a whole big difference. Potatoes, delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Instant. Wait, I'll never tell. Corn. Honey, I feel like I just crawled in a warm bath and I'm enveloped in nothing but comfort and love. And that is what you want to deliver. Oh, that heat got to me. A little bit of heat. This is what you want to have in your food, in your relationships. If you don't have it, you better go get you some. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this live broadcast of Flavor House Network's The Love Rhythm Recipe. I always enjoy being here with you guys live and dropping some pearls, or how they say, spilling some tea, or whatever they say, from my perspective. I enjoy spending time with you. I really do. My family that comes here all the time and supports me. And for all of you out there, for you that are going to be rewatching, if you like this video, hey, hit that like button. Even if you're watching from television, you can hit the like button. You can also do what? Subscribe. Yes, you can. Because, honey, you don't want to miss nothing that's going up here in this piece. Trust me. Because I got so much more to show you. There's so much more in this 26-year-old here body in my mind. Okay. But I'll be serious now. For all of you who are in relationships, and for those of you who are aspiring to have one, or for those of you who just want to have one with yourself, I hope that you find your rhythm and you dance. I know you will. Hey, trust the process. I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And my family out there that are already subscribed, turn the notifications on so y'all know what's going on with this here piece. I will see you guys when I see you. You have a good one. Bye-bye.